Hey everybody, it's Eric from the Mature Minded Gamers. We're going to break down episode 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks Envoys. Alright, stay tuned because we're going to hit up the references and some secrets that we noticed in this episode that you may have missed on your first watch. Let's get into it.
Grab one of those canisters!
Shouldn't we call security?
I will destroy you!
No. Something cool to say when we're going to war. Something like...
Alright, so the episode starts out with an energy being coming onto the ship. We've seen this in several different Star Trek episodes. Some being of other origins coming in and causing chaos. Mariner quickly puts a stop to it though, and it ends up not being the main plot of the whole episode like I think many of us probably thought. She ironically captures it and puts it in a jar and makes it grant a wish, and she wants a tricorder, and then she makes it produce the battery for the tricorder, which makes it really tiny. And then, they walk away, and it seems very angry, and it runs straight into Captain Freeman and says something like, "Die, human," or something to that effect. But we don't see what happens to Captain Freeman after that, so maybe that's going to come up in a later episode. I'm anxious to see. Alright, so next up we get Rutherford switching careers so he can watch this pulsar with Tendi. I think this is really funny and a really big playback to how casually we've seen some other Trek officers completely switch jobs. Unlike in our world where generally you have to study or have a lot of experience to move into a large command position or an engineering position or medical. I thought this was really well played off this whole episode, how he is so easily welcomed to switch jobs between these different places. Everybody seems to be very happy for him, even though he fails in some of them. Medical and command, he was terrible, but he was great in engineering and security. I just thought they did a really good job with this part.
Good.
No. I'm Starfleet. I never go back on my word. If I quit my job in engineering and switch divisions, I wouldn't have to be in the tubes at all.
Really? Oh, you can do that?
Sure. Well, looks like I just have to find a new career.
And the other part of this episode is we see Mariner and Boimler going down on an Envoy mission where they're taking a Klingon down. And Boimler, classic book smart Starfleet officer, is trying to do everything by the book and knows all this information, but he fails over and over.
A lot of things.
We are stranded here because of your recklessness!
Oh,
And Mariner saves his butt time after time.
And that... sorry, that's my fault. Mariner, what the hell?
That thing is an onabage. It's gonna implant eggs in your throat, dummy.
What are you...
And they even run into a shapeshifter that is referenced as a Vendorian. I had to look down, I forgot the name of it. And I had to look that up. That's actually a classic reference from the animated series in the 1970s, which I thought was kind of cool. But what happens mostly here is eventually Boimler's ready to give up with Starfleet. He's just not cut out for it, he feels like. And Mariner ends up hiring a Ferengi to kind of attack them or jump them and try to trick them into getting ambushed basically. And the whole time she's playing it off that she doesn't know he's a Ferengi and that they can trust him. And Boimler keeps pointing out that no, we can't trust this guy. And you can tell pretty quickly that Mariner is faking it, but Boimler never picks up on it. And it makes him feel like he's accomplished something because lo and behold, the Ferengi tries to attack them, and Boimler's the hero for a second, and then he goes back and he's telling everybody the story and embarrassing Mariner, and Mariner does a great job, doesn't give in and tell the secret. And then later on at the very end of the episode, you see her talking to the Ferengi and thanking him for helping her out. They're old time friends, and we get an interesting reference to the Janeway maneuver, which I didn't know what it was, and according to the internet, no one apparently knows what it is. But it's not good, that is for sure.
Captain, we're directly in the path of a small asteroid. Should we move to avoid?
Do the Janeway protocol.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes?
Another really common theme in this episode was Jamal Haran was mentioned several times. As we all know, that's the Risa sexuality thing that we don't know a ton about, but is referenced in the Next Generation, and I think even in Deep Space Nine. Yeah, I was surprised by the amount of times that they referenced it, even with the alien first talking to Boimler about how he wanted that, and then later on we see Mariner mentioning it to the Ferengi when the Ferengi tells her that him and his wife are going to go to Risa. So.
I know you still want it. I can hear your nasty boy thoughts. Jamaharon! This boy wants Jamaharon!
Really looking to get away to Risa this weekend.
What? Jealous.
Oh, you know what you guys should try? Jamaharan.
Alright, now we get a reference to the Kalons. This is something we haven't seen since the Next Generation Season 4, the Half a Life episode, where Loxana Troy falls in love with a Kalon who's trying to save the planet. And anyways, he's supposed to kill himself when he hits 60, but he doesn't want to, but he ends up doing it. And yeah, that's a good episode. You should watch that one. But anyways, quick little reference there. I like that add-in.
Not having fun.
Jeez, these guys are acting like they've never seen a Starfleet uniform.
Well, they're Kalons, and Kalons are notoriously isolationist, and...
Alright, that wraps up episode 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks. I hope you enjoyed our breakdown. Please do me a favor, hit that follow and like button, and most importantly, have yourself a great day.